Yo, what is up, my people? What is up? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? We are here and we are ready to go. So, thank y'all for tuning in to the Book of Man book study, where we are studying the way of the superior man. We're almost done with this book. We are almost there. About 10 more chapters to go. So, in about a month, we'll be ready for the next one, which that's one of the subjects we're going to talk about tonight. Now, unfortunately, Jay Sims the Lion couldn't make it today. He had some previous engagements, but the show must go on. So we're going to keep on going. Now, let's go ahead and do some housekeeping before we start. Number one, if you would like to interact with us or me, you can drop a comment on whatever stream you're watching, or you could drop a comment and say, hey, I want to come up and talk with you. Come talk with me, and you can be on. So it's all easy. Next thing, every Saturday, well, it might not be this Saturday because got to celebrate Valentine's Day weekend, but we usually have a Saturday talk with Doc and the Lion. I got a cool guest lined up, one of my good friends that I met on social media. Um, Good to go. So can't wait for that. Also, Friday is the nerd show. So if my son is home, then we'll do the nerd show where we talk about all the nerdy things that y'all love and that I love. It's good to go. And again, book study on Thursdays. After this book, we're going to try to shift it, or we may do it sooner, shift it to Wednesday so we can study the books on Wednesday. All right. So let me see. This is how we're going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to talk about the next book. And then we'll talk about one chapter because that's about all I got in me right now. And then we'll pick it up later. So here we go. So next week, not next week, but the next book, I got 3 books that I'm thinking about. There's 3 of them. Let me show you. And I got them pulled up on Amazon, which I think that I get some stuff going for Kindle and Audible. So if you don't want to read it, we can go ahead and listen to it. Listen to it while you're at work. If you're doing some physical tasks on the way to work, then you can participate and know what we talk about. So I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen so we can take a look at it and we can talk about real quick. Let y'all know some of the books we talking about here. So let me do this. All right, so I'm gonna share that screen. I'm gonna add that here. All right, here go the first one. I've been dying to read this book for a minute here. Let me make it a little bigger. Battle Cry by Jason Wilson. Now, this guy is the guy you see from the cave of Adullam. He worked with a lot of boys and men working through their problems and stuff like that. And this says that for decades, Jason was losing the war within, an internal battle that many men wage on a daily basis. He struggled to combat his toxic thoughts and emotion, communicating without composure and ultimately hurting himself and loved ones. And then he talked about the new practices, like how to deal with that emotional stuff. So I definitely want to try to get in there and read this one. Let's look at number 2. Now, Jason's the Lion was all over this by our boy Jordan Peterson. 12 Rules for Life, the antidote to chaos. Now, this is a book here to get your life straight, get it together. Right here. Dr. Peterson journey broadly discusses discipline, freedom, adventure, responsibility, and distilling the world's wisdom into 12 practical, profound rules for life. So 12 rules to get your life together. So that's the other one. Now, this last one, I hadn't read this one yet. I hadn't had anything to do with this one, but it's a good book. So we want to jump into this one maybe too. So let's look. Atomic Habits by James Clear. I think this might be the one right here. Look what you learn how to do right there. Learn how to make new time for habits, even when life get crazy. Overcome the lack of motivation and willpower. Design your environment to make success easier and get back on track when you fall off course. So those are 3 we're looking at right there. I'm gonna put a poll up on the Book of Man Facebook page. We can vote on it and we'll see where we at. All right, here we go. So this is a book study. So let's talk about this book. Um, there we go, chapter 41. Turn your lust into gifts. And here's the thing about this dude here, man. The way that he does it, right? He skews it toward a lot of stuff about sexuality and women, but that's not really what he's talking about. And this is no different. Because when you think about lust, you're thinking about, being with women. But this chapter is really talking about the how hype we feel for that, the energy we feel for that we can take it and go in a different direction with it. You can use that same energy that you get from being with a woman, looking at women, thinking about all of that stuff. You can use that to your advantage. That same energy that you get, that thirst to want to do stuff, you can do it and turn it in a different way. So I like this, what he said here. As a man, you probably have much more to give the world than your children. Let me say that again. As a man, you probably have much more to give the world than your children. Some people believe that our only purpose is to make children. And that's what he's telling you. Even some of us, that's the only thing we have energy for is making babies. But what he's saying here is that we can take that same energy, the same energy, and we can do other stuff with it. So you are more than just a baby making machine. Now, further down here, he said, in fact, most men would go so far to say that if it wasn't for women, they wouldn't be interested in the world at all. So let me tell you why this is important. Now, as a man, you have much more to give to the world than impressing the women out there and getting their attention and doing that. It's time to change and to shift and to do something with yourself, man, other than just chasing women around and doing that stuff. That same energy you use for that, you can do a whole bunch of other stuff. If you already got kids, guess what? Use that same energy. Go invest it in your kids. If you don't have kids but you love football, guess what a lot of men do? They take that same energy that they have and they go out and coach football. They go help some kids. They go and create some stuff. So that's what he's saying, that we have to stop thinking about sex so much and take the same energy and shift it to something better. Now, further down here, what he said, you have to learn and discipline your habits of building up and releasing mental and sexual tension, and you can continually cultivate and magnify your inspiration. So, what does he mean by that? Take that energy and do something with it. The only time a lot of us get creative is when we're trying to do something for our significant other or somebody you're in love with. And you can do that. That's fine. But you also gonna have to take that and shift it and start fulfilling your purpose. Start working on that purpose. Because you are more than just somebody who is like a zombie just sitting there and just doing one thing. It's more to you than that. And that's the whole thing we've been talking about in this book. We've been talking about how to improve yourself, improve how you think about yourself, improve your actions and what you do, and how you execute that. And this chapter is no different. So he talks a lot about giving a gift, giving the gift of life, giving this, giving that. And again, what he's saying is use that energy in another way. Use it in another way. All too often, we'll sit there and the sexual energy builds up, and that's what motivates us to do something. But he's saying, take that, transform it, and go out. So, I mean, and that was a short chapter. It was only like a page and a half, right to the point, and he went in here and got it. And he's telling you to remember to breathe and circulate that energy through your body. Because what's funny is the very first one, what would he say? If you're like most men, sexual energy tends to go directly to one or two places, either your head or you know where. So he was saying circulate it around. So you want to build that up and do some stuff. Um, so yeah, man, that's it. I mean, if y'all got any questions about that, I told you this one was gonna be real quick. And well, I got y'all on. Again, we got 3 books. I'm gonna put a poll out to talk about which book we're gonna choose to read next. 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. We got Battle Cry by Jason O. Wilson. And then we have Atomic Habits by James Clear. So I'm gonna put up the poll, you vote on it, see what you like. Um, like I told y'all, this one was gonna be real quick. I just wanted to at least come online and go over that one. To be honest with you, man, I got a headache that's out of this world. I don't never have headaches, but I got one today. So that's where we at. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, little quick time, and then hopefully Saturday we'll be back on talking about some nice topics. So that's all I got for y'all. And remember, you know me, I love y'all. God love you. Y'all have a blessed day.